What up, y'all? This your boy Anton, and this is Simply Marvelous, the live show where we try to keep up on what's going on out in the world of Marvel and try to explain it to regular folk out here in these streets. You know what I mean? So you already know what it is. Joined by a special guest as usual, my boy Jay Camp. You already know what it is.
Yes, indeedy.
How you doing, my boy?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling great. Long weekend, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about getting up to go to work tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? For the regular folks
Right.
out in the world, you know what I'm saying? I'm not stunting like Simply Marvelous, so, I got to get up on Mondays most of the time, but long weekend, I'm ready to get it in, you know what I mean?
No doubt, no doubt. Well, my stinking got to go to work tomorrow. Straight up, I gotta be at work. Yeah, man. Hurts me, but I gotta be there to get that guap. You hear me?
Hey, everybody gotta have that guap. You know what I'm saying?
Already know, man. We got places to go, man. We about to be out in Phoenix here
you
soon.
Dig. Gotta be out west. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that guap is in there.
Absolutely. Well, you already know, man. We're gonna talk about some things Marvel related. A lot of casting rumors have been floating out there. D23 comes next week. I believe that's September 10th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is about 1 o'clock our time. So you already know the news is going to be flying fast and heavy on that day. And believe we will be following up probably that day. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
There's some other things out there. We have a She-Hulk out in these streets twerking, doing her hot girl summer thing. You know, like what's going on in these streets? Oh my gosh!
Oh my god!
We're definitely gonna talk about that.
We gotta go in on that at least one good time, man, you know.
Oh man! But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the show because there's going to be some fun topics being discussed today. The first thing I want to do, we're going to do a little quick hitters real quick. I just seen this probably 2 hours ago, but Chadwick Boseman gets an Emmy for his What If performance. A posthumous award. One of my favorite episodes, T'Challa becomes Star-Lord and learns how to save the world.
Crazy.
Save the universe, the multiverse with heart. You know what I mean? Even had Thanos on the team. It was beautiful, but I love that performance he did, and it was something unexpected, obviously. You know, T'Challa as Star-Lord. What do you mean? You know,
that's why it's what if. What if that man was Star-Lord? Like for real.
And you know, good things happens if you put good people in powerful positions. You know,
absolutely.
So, how did you like that role? I'm sure that was one of your favorites.
Oh man, I mean, I loved it. I mean, for one, when you sitting down, kind of like with the homies, and you kind of like putting stuff out there of like the whole what if joint, like, well, what if so and so will play this role?
Right.
That's kind of what that was. But this was one of the ones that I never even thought of, like that would be possible.
Right.
So it threw a curveball to me, and I was like, wait a minute. I feel like Randy Johnson was on the mound.
Oh man, not Daddy Longleg, not Daddy Longleg.
Daddy Longleg's on the mound. I was like, wait a minute. T'Challa, Star-Lord? Like, come on, man. This is epic.
Yeah,
man, it was dope. He definitely deserved that. One of my favorite episodes of What If. Man, it was a problem. That whole episode was. Man, I just shout out to Disney for even in the MCU for even thinking of that.
Right,
because when I'm sitting back and I'm thinking of like who would I have doing like the what if stuff, I would have never thought of T'Challa being Star-Lord. I mean, never would have thought of that. Yes. But it was played beautifully.
It was beautiful,
and I think he deserves that flower for killing that role. Shout out to Chadwick, man, for just killing that. Rest in power to you, brother.
Absolutely.
We still miss you, but I'm glad we at least got that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of like a sending off gift for him in the MCU, territory. We got that from him, and man, Marvel played that beautifully. MCU played that beautifully.
It's the last thing we ever got from Chadwick.
It's the last
So
thing,
the
bro.
last thing. So yeah,
I
shout
was
out to
happy to
Chadwick.
see it.
Shout out
Absolutely.
to everybody involved in that
Salute
and
to
thinking about
Chadwick, man, and his
it.
family.
Absolutely, for sure. All right, man. Next topic. Something that I think we might have we might have caused. Oh, Thor director Taika Waititi possibly quitting. Oh my
Man,
goodness. I didn't deep dive this real heavy, so
yeah.
sources and all that. This might be full baloney, but the rumor is floating around that he is so displeased with the reception of Thor: Love and Thunder and kind of the
Mhm.
process of how it went down and the editing and all this. He's like, man, you know what? I don't know if I want to do Thor 5. I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I
man,
feel him, though.
he must have
I
been
feel
listening
him.
to our last few podcasts
Yeah,
that talked about that Thor: Love and Thunder,
yeah,
but
because we wasn't feeling that.
nah, it wasn't. I mean, it was all right. It just
I
it
mean,
wasn't that
it
heat
was
rocket.
cool, but it wasn't what we had kinda expected. Like, there was one Thor is a heavy hitter character, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can't fumble the bag with that character, and I feel like whoever was managing the direction of that, I mean, I know, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Waititi was heavy in that, but when
Mm-hmm.
we talk about post-production, sometimes that's more like
Yeah.
Disney
Right.
executives who's, like, changing stuff, man. We've seen that with a lot of their products and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of their, their territory where they end up changing stuff, man, and they ruin it for the fans, whether you a fan of whatever Disney property that's out there. They
Yeah.
do it for all of them. So it's not just the MCU, trust me. I'm a fan of a lot of other different Disney properties, and they've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not surprising. I feel bad for Mr. Waititi because I know he probably put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of heart into that project. You know, when you do stuff like that, you make it your own. You don't want somebody to come behind you, start erasing stuff,
Right.
editing, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants that to happen, man.
No.
So, I'm not surprised that he quit at all. This has been the Disney way since COVID hit,
Right.
really,
True.
of snatching stuff out, changing scenes, you know what I'm saying? That's why
Mm-hmm.
stuff seems choppy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you watching movies, like, that don't even fit.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell when you watch Thor, like, there's no flow. It's not a consistent flow to where you can really, like, ride with it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you not on that journey because they're constantly editing stuff and taking stuff out, man, and it's sad, man, that
Yeah.
this is what we're kinda dealing with right now.
Yeah, shout out to Bruce. He was supposed to be on this show, but for some reason
Absolutely.
his link is
Shout
not
out to Bruce.
working. He said he gonna be on the remix though. Don't even worry about it.
Salute to Nightmare, I already know.
Facts,
100, you
no
know?
doubt. But yeah, piggybacking on what you said, man. Marvel is known for kind of reworking what directors actually
Man,
have put down. And when we watched Thor: Love and Thunder, and then we hear about all the stuff that they took out, some of the gore scenes that
a lot of them.
everybody's clamoring for, like, man, we needed more gore. Well, they filmed it, but somebody secondhandly, what I mean, went and edited and took things
Yo,
out that I get it. Sometimes you might kill off a character. You're like, you know what? I had an idea for him that I want down the line, but
right.
come on, man, y'all got to have more communication during the process.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So it's just, yeah, it hurts the fans viewing and it hurts the overall storyline sometimes when you want to invest in the character more. Like Gore, he was fired,
He
but
was
he was fired because we knew what he really was capable of, even though you didn't
exactly,
show it to us. So we could fill
exactly.
in the blanks with it, but
We
you
shouldn't
could
have to do that,
we
though.
shouldn't have to do that all the time.
Yeah,
Some things are left up to the imaginations. I get it, but you can't do
absolutely.
that for certain things, especially a brand new character and a character played by Christian Bale. Come on, man.
Yeah, come
You
on,
got
man.
him for real.
That dude is he's a legend
Right.
in Hollywood, man.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
you gonna have him looking flaky? You know what I'm saying? He was looking shaky at times.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
that wasn't due to the director, and I'm sure he wants to distance himself from that because I would too. Like if your handprint is on that project
Right.
and they're changing it up,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, that falls on you. Like your name is in that because every time somebody hates on this film, they're like, "Oh, well, that was Mr. Waititi. It was
Yeah.
Mr. Waititi, like that's his work. And he's like, nah, bro, that ain't me. That ain't 100% me.
Right.
But again, we've seen that is a Disney move. Like
it
on
happens.
all their properties, it's not just the MCU. They do that
Right. Yeah.
across the board. It's sad.
Absolutely.
Stop doing it.
Yeah.
Stop
Maybe
it.
maybe they'll do something different. So, I don't know if you heard, but this past weekend, Marvel actually re-released Spider-Man No Way Home in the theaters, and they added 11 minutes of footage. So that's 11 minutes of footage that was left on the cutting room floor initially, probably of things that we was like, yo, man, I wanted to see this Daredevil in the courtroom or whatever is going on. So, maybe they are listening a little harder and they're using these as, little incentives to make extra money on the back end. Okay, we got this footage, we're gonna put it in and re-release it for $2-3. Maybe that's what's going on. But stop doing that, because I go to movies to see it twice, but don't play me like that.
You know what I'm saying? We already getting hit for like $12, $13 a ticket.
I know, right?
And then cats like me, I gotta have that popcorn. You know what I'm saying? That's another dime, at least the 12 that I'm dropping.
Yeah.
And don't let me get a drink on top of that. That's another $8.
Yeah.
So I'm already $20 in the hole on top of the ticket, bro.
Yeah. It's usually a $35 to $50 excursion, bro.
Excursion, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need y'all to. I need a one-hitter quitter. I can't go back a second time.
No. Sometimes, Black Panther. Now, I'm gonna see that.
I've seen that like 3 times.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
some of them I will see. Like, even like the not Endgame, but the one before that, I seen Infinity War. I've seen that like 3 times. So
yeah.
If it's compelling, I'm gonna go. It don't matter. I'm appeal.
Let the movie, the initial cut of the movie, be the reason why I go back. All right, let's go.
I'm a Thursday guy too. I go on Thursday,
bro. I'll be one too. But that Black Panther, I can say sorry to my family that I might go see this before y'all do. I don't know, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna go dressed to the 9 though. I'm gonna be in that thing. I'm gonna have all
dashiki on.
Oh man, I'm gonna be buttery white. I'm gonna have all white on. For real.
Oh man, the Taliban linen.
No, the Taliban though. For real though. All right, let's get to this next one, because this is gonna be a funny one right here, y'all. So if you have been watching She-Hulk, episode 3 released this past week, and the episode overall was a decent episode. But the end, Megan Thee Stallion just happens to pop up in She-Hulk 3. Actually, she's an integral part of the story on it, kind of. So, but we get She-Hulk twerking, dropping it like it's hot, letting the knees touch the floor and touch the toe, but then get low, get low.
Some at Mr. Servo on too, Mr. Servo.
Man, I ain't heard that name in so long, man.
Hey, man.
No Limit, dude. Oh my gosh, that No Limit.
Twerk that body out across the floor. Because gangsters don't dance because we move.
Bro, that's VU stuff right there, Phil.
It's so VU.
It's so VU, bro.
Touch your head, your shoulders, your knees, and toes. Twerk that.
It's coming through the party in the line. For real.
Oh man, just had a moment there, people.
Flashback. But I know you feel a way about this. I'm gonna get my 2 cents in first, and then I'll let you go in, because it's a fresh out boy. He might import it. He might import the kufi for this one. For real.
You might have to bring the tinfoil joint. Oh boy. Go ahead though. Just depends on how I got them off of you.
Yeah. What that twerking thing? First of all, if you was to ask me, do I want to see She-Hulk twerking? I'd be like, hell no. Come on, man. We're not here for this, okay? We're just not here for this.
All right, we're not here for it.
No, we're not. You know what I mean? It's funny. It was funny. I was like, it was funny because I couldn't believe. I could not believe they actually did this.
Yeah,
Megan Thee Stallion and She-Hulk twerking. This is hilarious. This is something that feel like a fan did it. You know what I mean? Man. You find a GIF on Google.
On Google,
and, you know, somebody put She-Hulk's face on Megan Thee Stallion's body. That's 100%. What it seemed like. But the thing about it to me now is Marvel is moving. Well, they've always did this. So when Marvel started, it was based in the world of that time. So 2008, you know what I mean? Up until now, things have changed a whole bunch. Twerking for some reason in this world has been so normalized. Like it's not, you know, we know where twerking come from. Everybody know. Go to Magic City in Atlanta and you'll find the origins.
The Lemon Pepper Boys.
You know what I mean? You will find it there. But somehow that culture has made it all the way to Marvel,
Hollywood.
And so to make a long story short, I'm mad at it, but I'm not. Like, it's a reflection of exactly where we are as people. Marvel is one of the biggest companies in the world. They are not above this. You know what I mean? They're not above it.
That's the biggest thing.
That's the crazy part, is they're not above this. And this show is meant to be fun. This is not one of them serious joints. It's not Moon Knight. This is not Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Anything that's crazy like this happening, you got to
WandaVision.
Yeah, it's none of those. You got to take it with a grain of salt, because you got to remember what kind of show this is.
Absolutely.
But with that said, go ahead and take this tinfoil hat and this goofy and let us know why this should not be what's going on in the street.
Yeah, man. I think like we have to get to a point to where we're not just blue pilling everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to kind of like, you don't have to appease everybody. Like I think that's the part that hurt me the most about just the MCU up to this point. We don't have to appease everybody. You know what I'm saying? We can write a good script without trying to sell it to a certain sect. You know what I'm saying? It remind me of like Samsung being heavy in like hip hop, being heavy in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You had cats like really pushing like Samsung heavy to the hood. It's like the product can speak for itself. That's how I feel like with the MCU, with Disney in general. It's like, you don't have to try this hard. Like, I don't need to see She-Hulk twerking. Then you left it at the end. It's like the Easter egg. I think that was the part that really like hit home for me. It's like, man, I would have rather seen like a Daredevil scene or an Abomination scene, a Wong scene. You know, I don't need to see this. This is not appeasing to the people that's been riding with you forever. Because most fans who just really go hard at this like we do, I would venture to say most of them might be, they're definitely not hardcore Megan Thee Stallion fans. I would say they know who she is, but they're not listening to her. So it's kind of like you're alienating a lot of your like hardcore main audience to try to bring in more people, and it's not that serious. The product is already heavy, but when you're doing this, you're signaling to the world that we losing a step. You know what I'm saying? This is like AI when he got old, Kobe when he got old. You know, name your favorite player when they got old and they lose a step. You know what I'm saying? We have to do extra stuff to kind of put them out there. It's like, no, they legends. Like, I don't need, you don't have to sell me on AI. You don't have to sell me on Marvel. But bringing in Meg Thee Stallion, this is no shade to Meg Thee Stallion at all. Like, first of all, I'm a fan of her just as an MC. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people hate on her, but I actually think Meg she can spit, she can flow. I ain't knocking Meg. Meg's getting the bag. But at the end of the day, I feel like as an MCU fan, you forcing me to watch She-Hulk twerk. That's not why I'm tuning in. And I thought that was a huge miss. If I was in Kevin Feige's ear right now, I'd be like, hey, this was, you went so far to the left, we didn't have to go there at all. Like, you know, to me, you're embracing the I guess this new heavy media structured fulfillment of a culture that's just not needed. Like, you don't have to do this for the MCU. Like, it's not necessary, man. But again, this is not a indictment on Meg, who she is as a person, what her music is about. This is more so me going in on like Feige and the direction that he's trying to go, because you don't have to be all inclusive. Like, that's not the MCU already has the largest probably fan base of any property. I mean, we already surpassed Star Wars. I never thought Star Wars would get
facts.
eclipsed.
Yeah,
Never thought that.
yeah.
But you're going to lose people when you start doing stuff like this, because you're forcing people to have to watch this, because it's not a part of what we grew up reading from the comic piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this appeals to like the new fan, but you're alienating so many people who's going to go to see every single movie, and who's doing these live streams like what you're doing. I feel like you're alienating those people, and I think that's a miss for me. But I get what you're saying. It didn't bother me to a certain extent. It didn't. But I thought about the whole ball of wax. You know what I'm saying? I thought about like just the whole direction. It's like, man, Marvel don't need this. This ain't what Marvel needs. The MCU. This ain't what the MCU needs at all.
Like Marvel's new initiative is reaching out to every corner of the world and trying to bring in a section of that world. And you know, this show
ain't the way.
This show in particular is for women. You know, it's for MCU folks, but it's directly aimed at women. And I've watched reactions of the show, and every woman that's seen that scene has been like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, you know what?
Shout out to them, man.
You know what I mean? I was like, what is it? I can't really say nothing bad. If the women don't care, then I really don't care. You know, I think it was good that they made it an end credit scene. I know how we get down when we think end credit scene. We're like, oh snap,
man, we thinking of like super Easter egg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, at least it wasn't something that was just directly inside.
It wasn't long. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't long at all. I mean, really, it shines light on Meg and shows her some love. Not just a twerking piece. I'm saying like it gives her like her moment of being in this episode. You know what I'm saying? As far, because it gives her a piece to where she can kind of move forward if she wants to stick within the MCU. But I feel like, at least for me personally, I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and others can disagree with me all day long. But for me, I didn't need it because it didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't fit with the actual tone of the show. At least for me, it didn't fit. It didn't. If you're gonna add a twerking scene, that should have been like earlier in the scene versus at the end credit. At least the way I look at it. Now, did it hurt the episode? No, not at all.
No,
I mean, I'm gonna still watch She-Hulk regardless. I'm gonna still watch all of them. But I don't think you needed to put Meg in my face at that point in time and have She-Hulk twerking like that. That just makes me like, okay, I mean, what are we doing here? Like, I mean, this doesn't even really make much sense to me. But shout out to All in the Game though, man. I mean, salute to you, brother. I mean,
for the most part, he correct though. Like just MCU folks, we know there's going to be certain things that happen. Like I just don't agree with it, but we still lock loaded and ready to go when that next project.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
It don't matter.
Absolutely.
Man, that's that Bruce blood, boy. Give you back on it, don't it?
You know what I'm saying? I noticed that too. I was just I was like, really, She-Hulk? You got some cake? You got some cakes over on you? I see you, man. The cake game was over serious.
We've seen
it was just weird seeing somebody 7, 8 feet tall.
And it's crazy. It's a real girl that was like the body double for this. She's like 6'11" or something like that.
Yeah, she was going in with it too. I mean, but again, shout out to Meg. No disrespect to Shorty at all. You know what I'm saying? Like she's getting the bag. You know.
That's funny. That's a good one though, Alan. All in the Game.
No, that I mean,
was weird.
Word up. Because I
He's
will
gone.
say I felt the same about the ant, but at the same time, like, but the ant played a major part in that story, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Meg has not really played a major part in this She-Hulk up to this point. But I mean, we talking about Ant-Man. Like, I mean, it's like the ant is like a heavy piece of that character. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
while
man.
I can't feel you there, I mean, I agree with, you know, I got you.
All
You
right.
know, I got you.
All right. Well, She-Hulk twerking is a thing. It happened. We either deal with it or
It
move
happened.
past it.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
it is what it is.
I'm
All
just in
right.
my get off my line bag right
I
now. But
see.
now
I
that I'm out
see.
of
It's
that
all
though,
good.
we good.
Cool.
We good.
All right. So we're gonna move on to our next topic. So all right. So Marvel, they released a list of characters that are deemed most important moving forward in phase 5. And this list, uh it gives me 3 bullet points in my head right away. And I'm gonna put the list out there right now and then we'll go. The 5/6. They really put 5, but they added a bonus. So
Okay.
Kate Bishop was number
Okay.
1. I
Yeah.
don't think there was a numerical order actually. Miss Marvel. We had Echo, Daredevil, Ironheart, and Sam Wilson.
Okay.
So 3 things pop out to me immediately.
Okay.
First of all, that Daredevil show is going to be a team up.
It's gonna
It's
be
going to be a crossover event. You got 18 episodes. That means
you know it is.
a lot of these characters, as you named, Kate Bishop, Echo, Daredevil, possibly Ironheart, but you know, at least 3 of those characters are in that world. All right, so that world is going to be something that Marvel is going to be pushing heavy. And then the second thing is Kingpin is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think he's going to be the street level Thanos. I don't think he's going to be in everything, but he's going to be pushing and pulling all the strings and all the street level,
At the
you know,
goon level.
yeah, the goon level, back alley,
Yeah.
New York block, you know what I mean, street level heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daredevil is definitely Kingpin is definitely going to be that. And
All
then
those players there I can see
yeah,
being involved.
the third one, Ironheart. It makes me feel weird, but yeah, I think they're building her up to be the next Tony. I think she is going to be our next Tony-esque character, not smart alecky or you know what I mean, but she's going to be on the top 3, 4, 5 character genius level
I can see
characters
that.
that's out there, and she might be, you know, maybe
100%.
giving weapons or you know what I mean, providing a sanctuary like a base or you know something like that to
I can see that.
maybe even characters across the board, let alone the street level characters. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean, she's the connection to Wakanda that everybody needs. She the plug. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I get out of that. Adding Sam Wilson in there, I mean, he's our new Cap. Cap has to be
Facts.
kind of
He
he got
got
to
to
be
be
the
in the
center
building,
of
man.
he got to be the center of the you know what I mean,
He
the
got to
Marvel
be, man.
universe at some point, at least on the street level,
Yeah.
ground level type characters. So what do you think about this list, and does it bring any other ideas to your head as you look at these names pop up?
Nah, I agree with you 100%. Obviously Sam Wilson has proved to be like the most level-headed person in the MCU up to this
Yeah.
point.
Came from
So
the
I
bottom.
can definitely see why you have him. He's gonna be like the dude. He's almost gonna be like the Morpheus to me of like the MCU. He's gonna be dropping them gems on people. Like, look, he's gonna be like, come on over to this side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, they're all like, you know what I'm saying, New York, New Jersey-ish characters. Daredevil, you know, Sam, Echo. I easily see them being involved in the streets, taking in, like battling the goons of Kingpin. Like I easily see that. So I think he was 100% correct on it. I mean, it makes sense because they're all on the East Coast.
Right.
So
True
it
that.
makes sense that they would kind of be like the quote unquote East Coast Avengers. You know what I'm saying? So
Except
I
Ironheart.
easily see that.
I think
Except
Ironheart is
Ironheart.
from
Yeah, she's in
Cali.
like San Fran. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
like
Cali,
Oakland, San Fran.
Oakland.
Like
Yeah.
she's Bay Area.
We
But like
think
you
at
said though,
least.
but you made a good point with the whole Tony Stark's comment, because Tony Stark's he was everywhere. He was the one that kind of put the teams together. He kind of
Mm-hmm.
built everything from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
So I see where she can really, really play a role. Plus, she's got the tech jewel.
Right.
Outside of Shuri, I mean, who else really has like the tech mindset outside of Ironheart?
Right. At least
She's
right
gonna
now.
be right
Yeah.
now. We don't have that person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Ironheart would be that person, and I think this is a really good team, though. Just kind of looking at it from that perspective of why I think that it's kind of it's okay for them to go in that direction. I mean, I'm cool with this squad, and we all want to see more Kingpin in there too. You know, nah, that's 100% though. Like, yeah, yo,
Oh
all,
man, that's funny.
all
That's
in the
funny.
game is firing on
I know,
all
man. You're
4
killing
to
me right
5
now.
cylinders right now. You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah,
I mean, 100%.
I mean, it is.
Ironheart gave they give the game away. I mean, personally speaking, really
Yeah,
did. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that they're trying to elevate her to a
No, no, no.
Tony level. She
Mm-mm.
can be like a a
Nah,
Tony type character, a tech based
yeah.
character.
I
But
think it's the best way to put it. She's a
yeah,
Tony type character
yeah.
because there's no way she can replace Tony.
No,
There's
I
no
don't think so.
way.
I mean,
I mean, there's
there's
no
always been
way.
rumors
Like
that Tony's
from a
AI will come back through
yeah, I
her.
mean, from a tech
Yeah,
standpoint, like I can see her having a hand in like Armor Wars, stuff like that. But as far as being like the new Tony,
yeah, it's
nah,
different.
player. I
I
mean, that's
mean,
different. I mean, Tony was like a multi he was that dude. Like
right.
it's hard to like replicate what Tony represented like for this whole era of the MCU. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we still feeling his effects even after he's been gone. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Banner was just in the lab so much. They kind of proved that in like She-Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like when they was still damn near divvying up another Ultron. They had another Ultron in the bag, really,
Yeah.
for real. So I mean, Tony's legacy still continues to move forward, but I don't see Ironheart being able to kind of replicate that. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't believe that. And all in the game, she is from Chicago. You are right.
You know,
But
100%.
I don't believe that's gonna happen in the movies. I think
Nah, I
she's
think
gonna be
she's
a
gonna
part
be
of
like
that.
Oakland because
Yeah,
I
she's gonna
want to
be a
say
part of
that
the
was part of
outreach.
the whole academy that
Yeah.
Shiri and T'Challa started
Hmm.
out in Oakland. That
I
science
think that's what
academy
it's
out
gonna
there.
be. It
Yeah,
hasn't been confirmed, so don't. Yeah,
yeah, I
we're not
can't say
confirmed
that. We
yet.
could be wrong. Now
Yeah,
if they in Chi-Town, shout out to all in the game
right.
because he's
You know
really
what I mean?
firing on all really
But
firing.
yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But all right, man. Let's get to our main topic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
D23 is coming next week.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully full of surprises. A lot of reports are out there and rumors and casting news and possible
Mm-hmm.
things like that. There's one list floating around at this moment that grabbed my attention. So I'm just gonna put this name list of names out there, and then we'll talk about them. You'll
Mm-hmm.
recognize some of these names that we've talked about already too.
For sure.
So first was John Boyega was on this list. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Shout out to
I,
JB though.
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure
What are you gonna
what he
do?
would do.
Right.
We'll theorize in a minute. But
Right.
Henry Cavill, we talked about him
Oh
on our
man,
last one about the Hyperion thing. There's
we
also
went in
rumors
on that one.
we could be Wolverine or Mr. Fantastic.
I almost just
Either
don't
one.
want to see Henry as anything, man. Like,
I don't,
but I
mm,
get it. But it's like, come on.
I'm cool if he's a villain. Hyperion as a villain.
definitely down with that. I'm down with if he's a
We'll see.
villain.
He looked a little too swole to be Mr. Fantastic, though. That's the only thing. You know what I mean? He just way too diesel to
he
be a
been
Mr.
pumping too
Fantastic.
much iron,
Yeah,
man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We have Jodie Comer or Comer. I'm not sure who it is. I've seen a picture of her, but I'm not sure who she is. I don't know who she could be playing. Her and then Daisy Edgar Jones. Daisy seems to be the one that looks more like a Sue Storm to me. That's been the names been floating around, both names. Who knows? But we'll get to some more interesting ones that I know who they are. John Krasinski. This is a weird one for me because we've heard a couple different names this week be pegged as possibly being Mr. Fantastic. There's a guy named oh man, I think it's Penn Gatsby or something like that. They floated his name out there. We just said Henry Cavill, and then John Krasinski, obviously our 838 universe,
right?
Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what to say about that. I've also heard that he might be doing some directing, possibly.
That's what I heard more so than anything, that he's gonna be doing the directing thing. Yeah. I know that's like his bag, that's his lane that he wants to really be in right now, is directing. So I can't really see John Krasinski really being involved unless we start really getting into the whole multi-universe thing deep again. I can't see him being snatched. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't see it. I'm just reading the tea leaves from his comments. Now, granted, that means absolutely zero, but I do know that his lifelong ambition is to be like a director. Like that's what he really wants to do, like moving forward. So if he gets back into acting and playing roles, I can't see it outside of movies that he's really directing himself. Kind of like some of the ones he's already been in, like lately. Some of the stuff he's directed.
I don't know, man. I really don't know what they're going to do with John Krasinski if he's doing anything. There's been other names linked to the director job of Fantastic Four. So, man, you already know it. When it comes to like, and there's going to be a conference coming, they just start pulling names out of the bag and, post a headline. So sometimes these things can just be
absolutely
fun to talk about. But next on our list, the next two, we've talked about this. And,
the OGs.
John Carlos Esposito and Denzel Washington.
And Denzel.
They have been talking about these guys in the same vein as what we talked about. Good old Professor X and Magneto.
I would love it, bro. I would love it. Like,
bro.
They would kill, man. Like, we're talking like Academy level guys playing two very important characters. Like, ain't that what we want? You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least for me, like I want you. I mean, we've seen. Shout out to Patrick Stewart. I ain't hating.
Facts.
I'm not hating. Patrick Stewart is my guy.
Years old now.
Pause. You know what I'm saying? But if you can get Denzel and my guy to play those two phenomenal, like legendary characters, they going to murder those roles, man. They just are, like, because they're gonna put their heart and their soul into it. That's what we get from cats like this. I mean, these are Hollywood icons. If we get these two dudes, I'm showing up like I would show up for Black Panther. I'm telling you. It's not just because these two dudes is black. It's because I'm digging. If somebody's like, man, Tom Hanks is playing X, Y, and Z, I'm showing up because I know the type of acting that these cats can do, and I'm there.
I get it. Yeah,
100%.
Well, he brings up a good point here. I don't know if he's too old because Patrick Stewart was 93.
Man, he's got 9 years.
He took the original role of Professor X. He was at least
Patrick Stewart's older than
No, I don't know if he's too old. I do think
that's a good point, though. I mean, I'm not knocking that point at all.
I've heard rumors that Denzel was thought about hanging it up, though. So I don't really know.
And that could be where All in the Game is kind of bring this up from, but I mean, at the end of the day, yes, he is old, but I still think he got something left in the
Yeah, he
tank.
definitely
Though.
does.
Like, he ain't like,
Yeah,
we
he's
ain't
not
talking about
old,
like
but
Eartha
he's
Kitt
in his
old.
60s, right? Am I
Yeah, he's in the 60s, but we ain't talking like Eartha Kitt, old. You know what I mean? Like
Denzel.
Sidney Poitier old. Like we ain't talking like that old. I mean, because really, Denzel's younger than Samuel, and Sam is still killing
Whew.
roles right now.
True that. Samuel L. is
He's still
73.
killing roles.
Denzel
And
is 67.
yes, I'm saying. I mean, now
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Denzel's that much younger than Sam, but both of them still got a lot left in the tank to me.
Right. I agree. I
I don't
agree.
want to see either retire yet.
So this is the other theory that I had that's possible. They might employ Denzel for a version of Magneto,
I can see that.
an older, wiser version, and John Boyega be the younger version
I
of
can see that
Magneto.
too. That would kind of blend perfectly, really.
It kind of would. Once again, we still don't know how they are going to implement the story, the backstory of Magneto. We talked about, the Rwandan genocide and things of that nature. Something of that ilk has to be done. It can't be the Holocaust. That's just too far in the past to make it make sense. You have to be
Right
Patrick
now.
Stewart's real age to,
Yeah.
to be
I mean, you
with
really
him.
gotta have Pat out there.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
so I don't know. I hope these rumors are true because I need this, man. It's been in my head so long. Like I held it for like
yeah.
a couple years
I
before I
mean,
even mentioned it
we
to
would
you.
have to have Ian McKellen back. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say?
We would have to have Ian McKellen back as Magneto if we're
Oh,
talking about going back to the Holocaust era.
facts.
I mean, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart would be like those two OGs. I mean, if that's what we're doing. But
Yeah.
I don't see them.
I don't know.
And shout out
Multiverse,
to both of
Secret
them because
Wars.
they're great actors. Like
Facts. They held it
absolutely great
down.
actors. They
They
held it down.
absolutely held it down. Those are super OGs of like just this comic book stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
So yeah, much respect. But yeah, that list right there. I don't know about the ladies on this list. I really don't know even the possibilities other than Sue Storm. I'm sure there's a host of X-Men and even other regular Marvel characters that they could be vying for. There was a Midnight Suns report that came out not too long ago that kind of showed a potential list. It had a few female heroes on there. I can't remember their names, and I wasn't familiar with them in the first place. So maybe on the next live we'll talk about that if they mention it at D23 or something like that. But I don't know who they'll play. But I'm good with what we think on the other guys. I'm good with that. Just don't make Henry Cavill Mr. Fantastic, please don't.
Please don't do that.
Nah, we don't need to see a CGI skinny dude.
I don't want it, man.
It had a CGI mustache off of
with
him
a big
already.
head and a little body. Yeah, I don't want to see it, man.
Nah, we don't want to see that. But of course, we're gonna show up if it does happen.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna still be there.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Me and you, we talked on the phone not too long ago about doing a episode on the Rings of Power.
We got to.
I'm so non-versed on that universe that I need to go back and watch it again. I did watch the first 2 episodes. The first one was a slow burn, obviously world building and all that. The second one started to get into the meat of what's going on, but we will definitely get on here sometime this week and actually break those down.
Absolutely.
At least talk about it.
This we ain't gotta go in the whole long but that's a heavy series, a heavy franchise, man.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Amazon for dropping that $700 million bag on this because the 4K that they delivering with this one is,
bruh, it's the crispiest show I've ever seen. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, even it's like crispier than movies. Like it's
It made me feel like when you first saw Avatar, you was like, my God, I've never seen some like this is what it feels like to me watching that show.
Yeah.
if I had the like the $2,000-$3,000 TV, the real 4K, you know, with the if I had that, I couldn't imagine. Like, I'm like, man, let me just
Yeah,
go ahead and
man,
step into
you
this
probably
screen one
really
time.
feel like you at the movies, man.
Right.
I'm glad that they doing prequels too, man, and just kind of bringing it all to life, man. But like I said, we'll definitely dive into it though.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get there.
We have to. I'm gonna probably do some reactions to the movies after the series is over at some point when we get a Marvel
Ooh,
drought.
yeah.
I'm going to do the
Yeah,
reaction to the actual
that'll be
movies.
fun.
I
That'll be
know that'll
fun
be
to
your
kind of go
bag.
back in time to to do that one too.
I am that guy who's never watched Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter.
It's a lot of people though. Don't sleep. It's a lot
Yeah.
of people.
I'm gonna get to it though. I'm trying to expand my nerd credentials. You know what I mean? Star Wars is after that too.
Yeah, man. If Disney want to buy Lord of the Rings, just make sure y'all have a Lord of the Rings section at Disney World,
That'd be hard.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Like the Star Wars, the way
Sure.
they did that, man, I wanted to be a stormtrooper for real, for real. I wanted to throw a whole suit on.
I feel you though. I went to
It's different, man.
Disneyland, dude. Disneyland, Avengers Campus, boy.
Oh, I
That's
know it's probably
crazy.
it's popping. I know it is.
Dog. It's a beautiful thing. I wish I could have
Yeah.
seen absolutely everything, but you know, next time maybe.
Yeah, you gotta be there like all day long in order to really experience the
We were
whole
there for a minute. We just had it was so many people with us, and then it took so long to
get through it.
stand in those lines for the rides and
Mhm.
things.
That's the
That's where
whole
it chopped it
thing,
down.
man.
That
You gotta
chopped it
get
down
them
quick.
like fast pass.
Mhm.
You damn near gotta peel.
Right.
It's worth the ticket to peel for the fast pass.
Yeah, we always say that after the fact. Like
Everybody does. Like, hey, man, I should have peeled the 150 and got the
I know,
fast
right?
pass,
You
man.
see that price when you first buying them tickets, like,
It's like,
man, and I gotta buy 5 of them too. It's
hold
like,
on, cuz.
shoot.
Like, no.
Not
But then when
today.
you look at how many rides you can get on, because the lines are too long, it's like, yeah, I should have
We
peeled the
got on pretty
150.
much every one for the most part. I think every ride that we wanted to get on, we got on. It was probably about 3 hours, 4 hours of our day just standing in
That's
line.
what
So,
but nobody
man,
wants to just do it though. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
but it is what it is, yo.
Mhm.
It is what it is. All right, y'all. Well, that's pretty much all I have for the show. You know,
Mhm.
we discussed She-Hulk twerking. You know what I mean? Taika Waititi trying to get up out of here because
Yeah, Taika was
getting,
like, "Man, I'm out, bro.
you know what?
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know. He
about
might
this."
not though. You know, he might
Yeah,
not.
I think he don't want his legacy riding on
Right.
something that's boo-boo like that, you know? He don't. You know?
Yeah. Sorry, Taika. It is what it is, my boy.
Yeah, you
It
know?
is what it is, my boy. But yeah, man, I appreciate all that was watching and getting in the comments and helping
Mhm.
us along with the show. We will be recording again next weekend for sure
Mhm.
because D23 is coming on Saturday. I believe 1:00 in the afternoon for us, not Pacific time. They get the buttery times every time.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, and we'll discuss all the happenings that came out of that, even some other things, maybe not Marvel related, because there'll be a lot of announcements coming out of there other
Mhm.
than Marvel. So, um, you got anything else, my boy?
Nah, man, just, salute, all in the game, man, for bringing the heat.
Facts.
Nightmare, bringing the heat. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Salute to you brothers, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, chopping it up with us. You know, that's why we all get to do what we do.
Yep.
Chop up with people like y'all. You know
Just
what I'm
have
saying?
fun. Get the nerd
It's a
out in
beautiful
public.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man, being able to nerd out in public. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it with the family, but I can do it here, man. So it makes me
Absolutely.
feel good.
Absolutely. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna have some more fun things coming. Some
Mhm.
definitely here in the next month or so. Got some giveaway things that we got in the works that I cannot wait to roll
Man,
out.
tap in then,
Oh,
people. Tap
uh,
in.
maybe a few sneakers or two coming. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
I'm a
Yes, Lord.
sneakerhead.
You
Let
already
me put
know.
my
So,
bid in then.
yes, sir. So if you're watching right now, please subscribe.
Hit that like
Hit
button,
that
all
like
that.
button, hit the bell to stay tuned in because the giveaways are coming. I'm definitely a Funko Pop dude. I don't buy a whole bunch, don't don't match me up against folks you be seeing on YouTube because they be having the whole wall.
Man,
Oh, I'll be like, man, y'all
they
been
would have a whole wall.
bruh. I'm like, man, I ain't got it like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but I got my few, but we will be getting some more out here so we can give those out and giveaways. My mom is currently in New York actually right now.
Oh.
Tomorrow she's going to go by the comic book store that's in Harlem and check out what they got so I can do some
they got
giveaways.
some nice ones in
You
there.
already know they got it. So
They might have Denzel in there.
Mm-hmm.
Got the Denzel Funko Pop already. Shout out to Harlem.
You got to tap on the counter twice to get that.
Yeah.
That's from the back room though.
Exactly.
You know, he waiting on the news to drop.
Right. You got somebody from the ASAP crew back here. Like,
I know. Right?
Say the password again. Come on. Come on back, ma'am.
Ah, that's funny, dude. ASAP Ant, he running the comic store.
Right, running the comic store. Right, ASAP, just everybody. Like ASAP Rocky, ASAP. You know, I know one of them is unfortunately rest in power. I think it's ASAP Yam, I think.
Yeah. Yep. He's one of those dudes. He was the connective tissue. He didn't even rap out there. He was just
I think he was like background. A lot of times he was deep
in
there.
everybody. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He linked up with a lot of people. So yeah, shout out to Yams, RIP. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, with that being said, hold on. We got one more comment up in
here. You know, you already got the She-Hulk green Tims, man.
I know, right?
You got the twerk Tims, man.
The beef and broccoli joints.
The money green She-Hulk Tims.
Yams
was on the production though. 100%. Yams was on the production.
Yeah. I think how we're gonna do just to say it out there, we're gonna myself, I'm gonna start doing some sneaker designs like Air Force Ones and paint up and all that. And then I'm gonna do some customs to whoever win the contest or whatever. So
that's hard.
Whoever it is, you'll get a pair of customs in your size in your box. You heard? That's how it's gonna go down.
That's hard, man.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I salute to whoever gets the cop a pair. if it's Bruce, salute to you, my guy.
We'll see what happens. Don't show up at my door, Bruce. Don't show up at my door talking about where my shoes at.
He gonna come with them She-Hulk Tims on.
I know.
Money green She-Hulks.
No doubt. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all viewing. I am Anton, aka World War Anton.
World War, like.
This is Jay Camp, aka the completest one. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Simply Marvelous. We out.
We out. Cheers.
I'll holler at y'all.
Salute.